Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. So I had a scenario recently where this is a great example of using text to create a paper trail and to be able to use in court. And this should be thought of all the time. Like, how can I do this and create a paper trail that I could use in court? So this dad, he's got baby mama drama. He's got a final parenting plan. He has trouble with that lady here and there. Rushed out, had a new girlfriend, had a baby, and that kind of sparked my last video, along with all the other guys I think of that have multiple babies' moms and keep having kids with crazy women. And they have no discernment, or they're desperate, or they're lonely, so they'll just pick any old buddy, you know. So anyway, this scenario, you know, there was an argument. The baby's mom and even her family are saying that he's kind of abusive toward kids, and they got a new kid, and then she comes back home with him. She lives with him, and he decides to stay somewhere else for the night while they're arguing, just to keep his distance. And you know, I said, why don't you send her a text message, see if she'll basically confess that she's not really scared of you, but not straight out ask her. So we took advantage of this technology of text messaging, and I'm talking to him, and I said, why don't you ask her this and that? So he asks her, you know, if you really feel that I'm abusive, why do you want to come back to my house? And she's like, you know, you need to look out for me and care for me. This is my house too. She just got done saying he's abusive. Why would she go home to his house? Why wouldn't she stay with her family and get away from the abuse? So we got her to kind of confess that, because she's arguing. She says, why don't you come here and tell me that to my face instead of texting me? Obviously, she's not afraid of him. She's practically taunting him and inviting him to come there. And then also, you know, he's going to do a paper trail of text messaging, because, you know, they work different schedules. And he's going to say, you know, what do you want to do this weekend? You know, you want to leave me, you know, you want me, because he's going to take a break from her. But he also said, why don't we just take a break from each other? Why don't you go stay with your mom for a little bit and take a breather? And she says, no, I'm staying here. She's adamant about staying there, and he's inviting her to step away. See, what that does is it shows a paper trail of him being willing to stay somewhere, and he's staying somewhere else for a little bit while things cool off. He's putting a paper trail. I'm staying somewhere else. She's telling him to come back. She's saying she's not going anywhere, and she's not going to stay with her family, and he's a jerk for doing that, even though he's supposedly abusive. So he's setting up a paper trail. Now, if he didn't text her, he wouldn't have this big, long paper trail to show she's not really afraid of him. She's talking smack to him like he's not afraid, and she won't go away, and he's going to set it up showing that she's voluntarily leaving their kid.